Welcome back again to the PPL here in Miami. What an incredible game, the last. So we can continue with the next game here in the main court in the Ultra Club Miami in Florida. Let's go with the presentation of the match. First, Florida Goats, the girls. There are Majo Sanchez Alayeto from Zaragoza and Aranza Suosoro, the Vikinga from Paraná. Let's go! Against San Diego, Stingrays. How are you guys? Brittany Dubins from USA and Lucia Sainz from Barcelona, Spain. Let's go with the men. Florida goes with Víctor Ruiz from Cartagena and El Cañón de Porto Alegre, the legend of this sport, Pablo Lima. San Diego Stingrays with the Fachero Sanchez, Maxi Sanchez from Villa Mercedes, and Carisma Lamperti. Lamperti from Bahía Blanca. Ready? Enjoy the match to every people.
Time to get started on our second match of the day, and it's sure to be a good one. The Flow Rider Goats versus the San Diego Stingrays. It's a cross-America showdown right here in Miami. We also have a big star in the house. We just saw Daddy Yankee, the owner of the Flow Rider Goats, standing out in the VIP section. Tried to snag a photo, not quite, maybe after.
We will have a lot of time, believe me, to do it.
But one of the great supporters of this fantastic sport of paddle. We also got a chance to see how they announce the teams, and some of the legends that are now in this matchup are very exciting to watch. We have some big-time names, including Lamperti. I mean, one of the absolute legends. What does it mean to get a chance to see him playing in this PPL type of format?
He's always giving a show. He's always jumping around the court, interacting a lot with the public. So that's the main thing about Lamperti. The way he plays and he connects with the people around it. And on the other side of the net, Cam, we will have Pablo Lima, known as the Cannon from Porto Alegre, Brazilian player, also an absolute legend. He played a lot of years with Pelasteguin, the GOAT of the sport, and now Lima is playing for the GOATs in the PPL. So it's going to be a really tough match.
I like the way you did that.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. I mean, we have also Maxi Sanchez, the Shark, playing with Lamperti, and Victor Ruiz, a really interesting player, playing with Lima, backhand player. Lima, we were talking about lefties and right-hand players. Lima is a lefty, so he will have this advantage, let's say, but it's going to be interesting to see how he is in terms of shape and physicality, because he has retired. He's not playing this season. But obviously these players, even if they retire, they have the quality and they have this body memory inside them.
Well, and this team from Orlando is also really interesting because they have also signed 2 additional players who are not necessarily in action. They won't be here in Miami, but we're talking about some of the best talent in the world.
Yes, we're talking about Martín Dineno and Franco Stupasuk. Nowadays, they're number 2 in the rankings. They're known as the Super Pibes. The guys from Argentina, yes, they are part of the Florida Goats team, but they were not able to come to these first 2 weeks. We will get the chance to watch them play in Los Angeles, and that's going to be super exciting.
Here's a look at your matchup now. Pablo Lima and Victor Ruiz. Del Lamperti and Maxi Sanchez. Bit of experience on both sides of the net. Give me a little information now on Maxi Sanchez. He's now 37 years old. Stands at 6 foot, but a former #1 back in 2018.
Playing with Sancho Gutierrez, who we just saw in a few after the win with Arkansas. He is a very physical player. It's actually curious now that I'm watching through the court because he usually plays on the backhand position, but for this match, he will play on the right side. Look at that. Daddy Yankee, the owner of the Flowrider Goats. A legend.
Maybe we should put him on the mic. What are we doing?
Yeah, I mean,
I think that man could put on a show way better than us.
It would be much better, Daddy Yankee.
Oh.
And we were talking about him, the Shark, Maxi Sanchez. He usually plays on the left side of the court, but for this match, he will be doing it on the right side of the court.
And if you're just joining us, the men's and women's matches will be played simultaneously. We've only finished up one match to this point on day #1 of event #1, 4 still to go in terms of round robin play. That's 4 days of round robin play to go.
We will be confirming the lineup for the secondary court. For the Stingrays, it will be Lucia Sainz and Brittany Dobbins. And for the Flowrider Goats, Osorio and Sanchez, if I'm not wrong. We'll confirm it. It's very important what happens in the secondary court as well, because we just saw how, for example, in the first matchup between the Arkansas Matrix and the Cancun Waves, that was the key, winning the first match, and after that, the mixed doubles.
And mixed doubles, it's going to be interesting as the season goes on to see how much it really plays into effect and how important it will become to have a great mixed doubles or a mixed lineup, a partnership. We will play, of course, that mixed matchup regardless of how the first 2 competitions go. That's the men's and women's.
By the way, Cam, you can feel how the temperature is going up, and this is also affecting the play, because in Padel, if it's hot, it's fast. So we're gonna see a lot more smashes, short points. You told me that it's the opposite in pickleball, actually.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, usually cooler temps play faster, but we'll be playing a little bit quicker here.
Here's
Temps
the opposite.
hitting at about 83 degrees currently. High of 86 on the day.
I have to check in Celsius, because that,
I
that
knew you
for
were
me,
going to say that.
That for me means nothing. 27 degrees Celsius for us. So getting hot. There are almost no clouds.
Yeah, and that was actually a big emphasis in the first match of the day. We saw a decent amount of shadows and cloud coverage, as well as these athletes. Really, there was a good side and a bad side in terms of the visual impairment that is called the sun. You're straight looking up for some of those lobs coming down. But so far, how have you been impressed with some of the play that's come together just in that first match? We saw 7-6, 7-6, and then of course going down to that last and final mixed matchup.
It was super tight. I think Salo Rubio was amazing. He was the MVP in the first set of the first match. He also played amazing in the mixed doubles. And now they will have to get ready because they have another match later on today. Warm-up is over, Cam. The players are ready now to step in the court, as we see now also the action in the secondary court.
They're warming up still out on our grandstand court. What are you most looking forward to in this matchup? Who do you think is going to be the difference maker for the men's?
For the men's, I think Victor Ruiz is the player now to watch. He is with Bergamini now in the top 10 as a pair in the FIP rankings. Last season was amazing for them. This one is not being so good, but they're getting back to it. And I think he could be the difference maker in this matchup. On the other side, Maxi Sanchez usually plays on the other side, as I just said. So I think it's is going to be a challenge for him, but he adapts well to the other side, to the right side of the court. He could also be very dangerous.
Well, what about as you take a look now to the grandstand court for these 4 women? How do you think this might shape out?
I'm honestly surprised that we're not seeing Gemma Triay play this match. She was not feeling well yesterday. We were talking to her. She just came from Venezuela, a tournament where many players got a virus.
Oh, bummer.
She also got it, and she was recovering from it. She said that she was feeling better, but not at 100%. That was maybe the reason why she's not playing now. Gemma Triay, former #1, one of the best players in the planet right now. So now we will have to see how Aranza and Sanchez Arayeto perform.
Yeah, she's playing with the youngin out on Premier Padel. Really
Gemma Triay?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's playing with Claudia Fernandez.
18-year-old.
Yes, and one of the most promising players for the future of Padel, no doubts. Stingrays looks like a team with a lot of experience. They have Maxi Sanchez, they have Miguel Lamperti, they have Lucia Sainz. They have a lot of players with a lot of matches on the shoulder. So let's see if it works. Apparently they're not the favorites when you look at the rosters and the numbers and the you know, the big names.
But the Matrix weren't either heading into that
Exactly.
last matchup.
Exactly. So you never know in this format. You never know what can happen.
Usually experience comes with great adaptability because you've been put in so many tough situations.
That's Martinez. Martinez, one of the best coaches in the world right now.
Who does he typically coach?
That's a good question. He was coaching last week Lebron, Galan and Chingoto, and he was the coach of Lebron and Galan, the big couple in the last 4 or 5 years. He was coaching Lebron and Galan. Now he's the coach for Chingoto and Galan. She's also coaching Bea Gonzalez and Delphi Brea, the pair #2. They're not coming to this tournament, but they are also a big reference in the world of paddle. So apparently, at least in the benches, they have an advantage.
Well, you mentioned Chingoto. He's actually a part of the New York roster. He will not be in action here in Miami. And Paquito Navarro also a part of that New York Atlantics roster, but they obviously had just, Chingoto had made the final not too long ago.
Yeah, if you ask me, New York and Miami Paddle Club, they have the best rosters, the big names. Unfortunately, we don't have Chingoto and Paquito in this tournament, but we will later on the season. Everything is ready. We're good to go. The second matchup of the day.
Florida to serve. Thank you. Ready? Play.
Maxi with a little kiss to his racket before we got started.
For good luck.
Sending out a little prayer.
And the first point goes for the Stingrays.
You don't kiss your microphone, do you?
No, I don't. Do you?
No.
And your pickleball racket?
No.
Sanchez to the corner. And now the big hit from the Shark, from El Tiburón. Playing on the right side today. Love 30.
Love 30.
Diego Stingrays, all blue. Lamperti from behind the line. Wow, that was absolutely insane.
That was absolute perfection.
He was a meter behind the line. And the ball jumped into the sky. That was brilliant. Look at that.
Experience and skill on full display.
Wow. That also shows how fast the court is. Doing that from behind the line, just
Not easy.
not easy. You need some heat.
Play.
It was in from Pablo Lima. Just in by a few centimeters.
15 love.
The breeze. We need it.
Gladly accept it.
Just
Ball
wide
out of
from Maxi Sanchez.
So you talked about being on the right or the
Very
left. How often do athletes train on the opposite side?
Not much. Not much. Since you're a kid,
You
go
play right or left.
exactly, and you stay there. You barely see players changing. It happens, yes, but not much.
Oof, that ball is just hammered.
Okay, San Diego.
That sounded different.
San Diego
To
leads.
break the serve, the Stingrays take the lead. Early break. Same thing happened in the first matchup. Now, San Diego taking the lead. Lamperti hitting the ball hard 2 times.
I imagine there's quite a sussing out period, especially at the beginning of matches, to figure out strategy. You go in with a plan, but I'm sure it ultimately veers and shifts pretty quickly, and especially in a format like this when you don't necessarily know who you're playing against, and those two actually don't spend a whole lot of time on the court together.
Correct. But at the same time, they are 2 active players. They are playing professionally right now, as well as Victor Ruiz. So maybe for Pablo Lima, it's going to take a few games to adapt to this rhythm, to this pace.
A little bit of a volley lob.
Yeah, it was a short lob shot from Pablo Lima. Thank you very much, says Maxi Sanchez. He has to adjust a little bit more. It's super fast. You cannot leave any lob shot short. That's a bit better.
15 love.
Love the location of that. Ends up going por tres.
The harder shot in Padel. The por tres down the line.
30 love.
Why is it so hard?
15 all.
Because you don't have the angle, really. So you have to spin the ball a lot to make that angle. It's easier to do it cross-court. Down the line, hard.
Ended up on his opposite arm.
Good block by Ruiz. Now working from the baseline. Perfect block by Lamperti, and the defense is magnificent from Ruiz.
Find themselves now back at the net.
40 love.
Catches it before the fence.
The volley duel win by the Stingrays.
Unimaginable play, though, on both sides of the net.
The pace is getting better and better right now.
Geez, some of those lunging saves from
30-15.
Ruiz, so impressive. Ruiz, 35 years old, currently in the top 20 in rankings for individual.
A good start so far for the Stingrays, 40 love.
Okay.
You were talking about that 2-hand backhand. That's a very typical shot from Lima. The lefty.
Good communication through the middle. And he just misses it. He doesn't even believe it. Hand on his
40,
forehead.
15.
It's a 40-15. For the Stingrays, a chance to confirm the break. Solid start. Goodbye, ball. See ya. Lamperti sends it to
Game
San
San
Diego.
San Diego leads
Airmail
2 games to nothing.
Express, right?
One-way ticket.
Now with the 2-0 advantage.
Looking solid.
15 all.
Right, that ball's just right there.
flip back by Lamperti.
The cannon from Porto Alegre.
15.
Chiquita from Sanchez, but they stay in the back. Now they push to the net. Ah, beauty. Perfect angle from Ruiz.
And
15 on.
you know it's a good shot when your opponent gives you a thumbs up as well as a clap.
Everyone was expecting a big hit from that bajada, but bam, soft touch to the corner.
Ruiz pushing that serve.
Looking better. Now for the goats. I just love the name. I think it's the best one. It's so clean.
A few good ones. I like the New York Atlantics.
Yeah?
Yeah. Stingrays are solid. Find those in the Pacific
40,
Ocean.
15.
40, 15.
They're beautiful until you step on one.
Exactly. You don't want that. 40-15. To finally be in the scoreboard. Boom. The cannon is on right now. They win the first game. 2 games to 1 for the Stingrays. Short break and we'll be back with more
San
action.
Diego leads 2 games to 1.
San Diego leads 2 games to 1.
Sí, ya que me la ganen en paralelo. Y luego otra cosa que podemos notar es que como estábamos un poco retrasados y teníamos que salir de volea del globo, claro, cuando siguen saliendo de volea del globo es muy jodido porque la bola se les queda, llegan arriba. Sí, no. Si veo que hay volea del globo, pues porque estoy retrasado y tengo que tirar para arriba, mejor de este lado que por lo menos que esto se haya un poco. Pero si puedo evitar esa jugada...
Sí, yo si me dan movimiento, me meto de volea para abajo.
Sí, yo también. Vale.
Ahí yo...
Miguel sí que se te pega todo.
Sí, está pegándose mucho. Se va a empezar a jugar la buena arriba.
Te juega ahí y da el paso. Sí, te pega todo el rato. Entonces atento ahí.
Vamos a estar los dos ahí hablándonos. Yo le voy a cantar mucho cuando volea a él y si se pega le voy a cantar.
Porque ahí, sacando un poquito por arriba la pelota, más
Ya, vale, no, más si no creo que lo vean tanto, más si no se suele pegar para abajo. No se va a hacer nada de eso.
y si cerramos la pista.
Una agüita puede ser, hermano. Una agüita y una agüita.
Porque pone el arcoso de derecha, que es de más
¿Qué?
con la ¿de papel?
Claro.
Time.
¿Cuál quieres? Dar una vuelta a la red.
Vamos a buscarlo, ¿eh? Nada más suelto que otro. Eso es. Venga, vamos acá.
Time.
Venga, Víctor, ¿eh? Vamos, mira.
Just to get back underway. Impressive performance thus far from both teams. The San Diego Stingrays with a 2-1 advantage. Everyone trying to find a little bit of an Easter egg hunt, as Easter was this past weekend, however. Found the ball
There she is.
in the back of the court.
The Stingrays are a break-up in the first set. After a solid start, especially from Miguel Lamperti.
15 love.
A block from Lamperti, good move.
He almost got handcuffed right there too,
15
racket
long.
out in front of him. It's always interesting to see how there's somewhat like 2 different ways to chase down a lob, especially when you're up at the net. Either you turn and run, or you're side shuffling to get back behind it. And Perti with the sprint on the last one is the opposite.
Now the mistake from Sanchez.
15
As we're
all.
watching now some action also from the secondary court. Both games on the way.
Women's match on the right side of the screen. Sanchez taking a nice look as he chases that ball down off the glass.
Lamperti wants it. Lamperti.
The
went for
soft stuff.
Exactly. But not this one. Not this one. Again from behind the line. That's absolutely brilliant from Miguel Lamperti.
30, 15.
Miguelito.
That's the second time we've now seen that.
40-15.
He's got no problem.
Look at
He
that.
could reach out and touch the glass behind him.
Another one. This time out of the court por tres, but Ruiz takes it. Wow. Brilliant recovery from Ruiz, running out of the
40,
court,
30.
catching that por tres from Miguel Lamperti. This is Padel.
So fun. Love this. Even grabbed the
2-2.
side of the door, give himself a little bit of leverage and control. It's like an obstacle course in the middle of a match.
Make it 40-30. A chance to extend the lead. And they do it. It's
Perti
3-1, Cam. Yep.
I was going to say, he's no doubt energized
Hey,
right
Sandio.
now. Walk to the side. Grabbed a little extra
Sandio
something
leads
before heading
3
back
games
out
to
on the
1.
court. It's super impressive from him. And I also think what's so fun is get the chance to see both of these San Diego Stingrays. It seems as if they
15
have
up.
their roles assessed really well, understanding who's taking what, good communication. So far, it's paying off.
Ruiz, great smash, touched by Miguel Lamperti. We keep rolling. Hard with that one. It died in the corner. 15 love for the goats.
15 all.
I feel as if we haven't said often
15
enough the name of Pablo Lima.
A big name in the sport.
So why are they going more the direction of Ruiz and not Lima?
Maybe they're seeing that he's not precise right now.
Okay.
Ruiz, he's not playing a good match. Making a lot of mistakes and trying to make Pablo Lima only play a few balls. Keep him cold. Wow, what a
Airborne.
jump. What a jump from Miguel Lamperti flying here in Miami.
That man's got some vertical.
That was a big jump. Bing.
30 inches in the air for cuatro.
15, 30.
Second serve.
Ruiz to the corner. Sanchez in defense. That's a perfect and classy lob shot. They both wanted that one.
Bit of an I formation right now for the Stingrays. Oof.
Another block by Lamperti. What a match he's playing.
30 all.
He's putting on a
Ah,
show.
so
Lamperti.
good. That was so good from Miguel Lamperti. Blocking, going from one side to the other, and then finishing the point with a soft touch with his forehand. We have a couple break points for the Stingrays.
Chance to go up 4-1.
Not the first one.
30, 40.
Continuing to towel off. These humid conditions creating a bit of an issue now.
Yeah,
30,
sweaty hands. They're not using the spray you were asking for. Perfect lob shot once again for Maxi Sanchez from the right side of the court. Miguel Lamperti is playing absolutely brilliant now. Another break for the Stingrays, 4-1 up in this first set.
Le quedó en la 15-40, Víctor, vos la tocaste bien abajo, Víctor le quedó así, armó largo, yo me quedé atrás. No, muy bien, sí, me tengo que ir. No, pero tengo que ir como un todo para atrás. 15-40 para sacar. Sí. No, pero por lo menos de actitud mejor. Muy bien, ¿eh? Sí. No, muy bien, fenomenal. Sí. ¿Viste? Y aparte con el plano tirado se sube. Hay que poner muy fuerte. Yo lo que pegué acá, ni loco pensé que salía. Ahora se va a hacer el esfuerzo. Exacto. La arriba. Perder la red. No perder la red. La vida que vos sí, yo la toco. Yo la toque en el medio de bote, no tiene salida para bajarte la no te pegues. Boleá y si te pegan, porque ahí sí que te pueden engañar.
Sinceramente cuando boleaste bien, y vi que iba acá,
sí,
y te va para abajo.
No, sí, espérate.
El tema es que no tocamos la red. No. Nosotros mantenemos la red.
Exacto. Seguimos igual.
So far, it's been all San Diego Stingrays in this first set of play. Score 4-1. They have the advantage over the Florida Goats.
What a touch from Ruiz. Another one. Another one. Give me one more, please.
I just like that Maxi Sanchez has decided to step out of the way. He says, get after
ahead.
it, partner. You
do
continue.
you.
You continue to do this. You earn every right. A perfect setup, man.
And he is Maxi Sanchez down the line.
Again, trying to set up his partner, Lamperti, patrolling, stalking at the net.
And that was a glass fighter, as we call it. To make it 15-0. Some Florida Goats back there. Florida fans. But it's not going well for the Goats. Oh, Miguel Lamperti. Miguelito Lamperti has gone wow today. Brilliant.
You have to imagine standing up at the net, trying to pick and choose his right time, find the right ball to pick off.
Ruiz lets it go.
Oh, that
15
backhand. Wind kicking up in the middle of this.
Another block from Lamperti. He goes to the right side of the court.
Jeez. Blocking even with his back to the glass. On the glass.
30 love.
30-0. The Goats really need to get at least one break back. Lamperti to the fence.
40 love.
Talk about some technique. Maxi Sanchez put putting on a show.
With a volley. Pure power.
30.
Beautiful volley after volley after volley. Wow.
Creating the space, and after that, finishing the point.
Gosh, some of those volleys are just so finite in their moves.
Maxi has to go back.
Waiting, taking it over his left shoulder.
What a block. What a
Rulo.
block and what a finish. Yes, the Rulo from
40 all.
Ruiz.
Golden point.
Rulo from Ruiz.
I'm still working on the trill. By the end of the day, I might have it.
And we have a lot of them. Ruiz,
Ruben
Birceda,
Rivera.
Rive,
I hope you're laughing with us at home.
Lima, easy.
Yes.
We need a lot of Limas. Another beautiful volley, but now Ruiz goes to the net.
Definitely appears that the goats are going more the direction of Sanchez now. However, he's done a
There
nice
it is.
job.
There it is. Golden point.
Game Florida.
Oh no, it's actually game for the goats. My bad. They take one break back. 4 games to 2 for the Stingrays.
So 2 to
San
4
Diego
now.
leads 4 games to 2.
And you were right, Cam. They're trying to push a little bit more towards Maxi Sanchez. They know Lamperti is feeling good, so they have to avoid it. That was maybe a mistake from the Cancun Waves when it came to Salo Rubio. He was playing amazing, and they were insisting to that direction.
Well, I guess you kind of have 2 options, right? You can either go the direction of Sanchez, or if Lamperti
15
continues to come across the court, trying to hit an occasional back to his backhand side,
To surprise him.
and keep him honest to his side of the court. Great touch to be able to keep that ball down. Little top spin
Yeah.
off the bounce.
Self one.
Change up from Lima.
And Ruiz down the line executing the flat smash.
30 love.
Finding Maxi Sanchez fit. They say sorry, but at the same time, inside them, they are like, come on. Yes. Whenever a ball touches the net and goes over, you say sorry, but deep inside you, you know, you're like, yes, vamos, vamos.
No, there's no doubt about it.
Por tres from the cannon. Pablo Lima,
40 love.
40 love. Well, the goats looking much better.
Thought Maxi was going to come join us in the broadcast booth
Yeah.
for a second. We have an extra mic.
We do. Have to
Time.
find some guest to bring here to the.
I can think of a good one.
Yeah.
Daddy Yankee.
Oh, I love it.
That ball, I believe, out of bounds.
Yes.
Off Lima.
It's 40-15. The goats
40-15.
want to make it 4-3.
Climbing the ladder now.
It's getting warmer now, Cam. 40-30. That was a costly mistake.
Well, and that was what we'll call a pretty high ball off the racket of Lamperti. That was tough, taking that
40 30.
off the ground.
Good ball from the cannon.
Game.
Showing up, Pablo Lima. They hold the serve. They are only now 1
San Diego
break
leads
down.
4 games.
4-3 for the Stingrays. Short break, and we'll be back.
Para manejar.
15 love.
Podemos ver ese punto de jugar firme, pero no, de no dar rebote, pero no jugar muy despacio. Pero bien, ahora ya lo tenemos todos.
Very low. Very low.
Time.
So after a break and a hold, now 3-4. Also talking about the women's match, it's 4-3 out on their court, so mirroring scores with the Goats in the lead as well in the women's match. However, here on our men's match, Stingrays are holding on to a 1-game lead.
3-5.
So same score, different leader.
A true mirror. A miss serve.
That's long. That's way long.
It's fun to watch some of the court positioning too. So similar to that of tennis.
15 love.
And cross-court exchange. You'll see the athlete cross-court shift a little bit more towards the middle. Almost baiting them to hit one of the hardest shots would
Also,
be.
it's very important whenever you receive a lob shot to play cross-court, because then you have more time to go back to the net. There's more distance than if you play just down the line.
Oh,
He's back.
yeah.
Back in business. Miguel Lamperti
30 love.
to make it 30 love. Love now.
40 love.
The Chiquita from Lima stays in the net.
3 straight points after the end change.
That's
Unreal shot.
That's a good ball from Ruiz.
40-15.
He went to the fence. He had the option also
30-15.
of sending the ball out of the court.
Oh, and it was tough to tell. Look at this, back to the net.
Yep.
Hard to know exactly what he was going to do with it.
Perfect angle.
Bit of a disguise.
Still a 40-15 for the Stingrays to keep the advantage in the first set.
Managing that as Sanchez.
40-15.
Now Ruiz feeling good.
Starting to close in that much closer.
Beautiful por cuatro from Ruiz, and I think now it would be a good time to change the strategy for the Stingrays and go to the other side, because Ruiz is getting better.
Well, the Stingrays came out in this game and won 3 straight points. However, right now it's been 2 straight on the opposite for the Goats.
5-4. New balls, please.
30. And it's going to be with a second serve. The Goats want the golden point. That's long. And it's going to be a hold for the Stingrays. San Diego up 5-3 in this first set.
Man, it
Games
sure is
San
fun to watch Maxi Sanchez up at the net.
5 games to 3.
Really clean volleys coming off of his racket.
A good technique for sure. Pablo Lima is going to serve. They have to hold if they want to stay alive in the first set. Boy, 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 says Lamperti. That's mine. Backward boost from Sanchez just in.
Goes off the glass and becomes its own lob. That's the first we've actually seen him miss.
15 lob.
By an inch. But it was the right play. Making a mistake, but doing the right decision is a good thing. 15-all now. Pablo Lima with a long
15-all.
volley to the glass
Florida
wall.
Gold leads 5 games to 4.
Bam. See ya. Flat smash
Time.
from Ruiz
30,
to make it
15.
30-15. The touch from Lamperti, big jump.
Sanchez with some quick feet. Finds him again.
And Lamperti cannot get to that one.
40, 15.
40-15. They're doing the homework.
Miguel taking his time right now, getting back on the court. Rightly so, maybe change the momentum here.
Yeah, and it's also very hard, very physical game so
15
far.
left.
Heat feels so oppressive. Feels like we're working in it.
Big hit from Sanchez to make it 40-30.
30 left.
30, 30.
That's the advantage of having a backhand player on the right side. He's also going to be able to smash a lot. He has the technique. He has that and the blood.
Step in for Lamperti. You knew immediately as he took a step forward on that volley, he was going to have the advantage.
40 all.
And it's a golden point, which means set point for the Stingrays. To close the first chapter of this story.
Takes the serve off the glass.
40-15.
And another contra pared. Ruiz, big hit. Soft touch, classy from Maxi Sanchez to finish the first set. 6-3 for the Stingrays.
Esa es la que hemos practicado todo el día, ¿eh? Muy bien, Miguel, estoy recuperando ahí más.
San Diego. 6
Florida Gold
games to 3.
leads 6 games to 4.
Para que nos quede de volea. Para volear. Si luego fíjate que acá voleamos normal y lo sacamos de globo.
No hace nada. Cambiado, lo llamo normal. Machear el globito muy largo.
Correcto.
Y es jodido.
Sí.
Y es jodido pegarle, porque yo si le pego, ¿viste que se hace el lento?
Sí. Bien, de todas maneras,
Excelente, ¿eh?
ahí trabajamos bien la red,
Bien,
estamos
bien.
trabajando ahí bien.
Vamos.
Seguimos
No sé
así.
si había un coso de hielo.
Allí hay toallas en el... Creo que hay toallas allí.
New balls.
Time.
nosotros, sí. Luego lo que cuando hacemos la red no tenemos que traer luego. O sea, porque esta mitad de cancha
Florida Goats leads 6 games to 4.
bajamos de pared y luego joder, trabajamos. Y si tenemos luego de primera, imparable. Sobre todo Maxi. Vaya esto, sí, porque no se llama retos. Sí, y ahí sí, hacemos así. Y avanzar para pegarle por 3 también, ¿eh? Vale.
Y desde este lado pegaría por 3.
Sí, de todos lados, porque aquí es una mierda salir, o sea que no es tan fácil salir y meter la bola. Sacudir bien.
15 love.
¿Tiene que haber alguna cosa especial?
No, está bien. Yo creo que todavía
¿Ah?
es cuestión más.
Time.
Terry love.
Taking a look now out to our grandstand court, where the Florida Goats also ended up with a first set victory, 6-4 on the women's side. And again, the Stingrays picking up the first set here on our championship court coverage. So right now we are a bit split in terms of our decision. A reminder, if these two matches do go 1-1, we will play that mixed doubles competition, which will ultimately be your decider. Just one set played in that mixed competition. That's what it came down to in our first match of the day. It was so fun and very exciting chance to see men and women on the court at the exact same time. Unique and different styles take shape. I imagine still, even as you prepare your teams maybe for the 2025 season, which is wild to think about as we're sitting here at the start of 2024, you're going to need certain pieces to be able to put together a roster that makes sense.
1-0.
Have advantages in certain matchups.
Low 15.
It's not only about having good players, but having good chemistry between all of the roster. So, yeah. Now, slow start for the Stingrays in the second
15
set.
all.
2 points in a row for the Goats to make it love 30. Love 40 now.
15-30.
It's 15-30, not love 40.
So when you're playing paddle, do you typically want the wind in your face or at your back? What's the best side?
I think in your back.
Really?
I mean, it obviously it's not ideal either way.
No.
Oh, just out from Victor Ruiz.
Game.
It was love
Florida.
40, but the umpire said 15-30. That
game.
was my
Second
the
set.
reason of my confusion. It's game for the Goats.
But when you said wind at your back, I know it obviously you can't necessarily control the variables out here by any means, but it plays a little differently, I imagine.
Correct. I mean, if you're into the wind, you have to hit it hard because you know the ball is going to stop whenever you hit a lobster. But if you're
Love 15.
if you have the wind pushing from your back, it's hard because you have to control, you have to hit it soft, not to send the ball to the glass wall, but whenever you're smashing, the ball just goes so fast. If you're a big hitter and you're playing outdoor with these conditions, it's better to have this help also, no? Right, to just smash it hard and bring every single ball back to your court.
Just taking a look at our PPL flags, it looks as if the Stingrays currently have the wind in their face. Sanchez doing some wind sprints at the back of the court. And it pays off.
It really does. Great effort by Maxi Sanchez.
30-15.
Low 15.
The physical conditioning needed to play this sport is quite
do.
unbelievable.
You do. And it's really underestimated. People think that it's not.
15
And it's
all.
easy to play, but you have to run back and forth to the net, then go back, jump,
30
make
all.
the effort not to lose the net. It's really physical.
That was one of the first things that stood out to me when I first stepped on a paddle court. It's just how exhausting it is to have to chase down lob after lob. Moving to the back of the court and back.
Then, for example, Ruiz had to go to the net to try and get that one. He has to jump.
15-30.
He doesn't get it. It's 15-30. Wow.
Heavy swing. Ruiz.
How that jumps after the back wall.
30 all.
There was no chance to get that one.
Game Florida Goats. Leads. 1-1.
Oh, trying to wish that one over the top of the net.
They're playing with patience now.
40-30.
Especially the goats. It's 40-15, a chance to hold and to extend the lead in the second set. Beautiful from Ruiz. He's feeling it right now, finding a lot of winners. Perfect forehand
Okay,
volley
Florida.
to the corner. They hold and they extend the lead.
So do you feel as if now the 2-0 advantage, the 2-0 lead, is based off of San Diego's performance coming back out in the second set, or more based off
2
the
games
adjustments
below.
from the goats?
15
A couple of both,
Okay.
in my opinion, I think. Especially Ruiz is feeling better. He was doing it better at the end of the first set, but now is just dominating the court. And also, we saw a couple of mistakes from Lamperti, which wasn't happening in the first set. And Maxi Sanchez is not able to create some danger with his volleys. Well, a couple of both.
30 low.
15
Combination of
low.
the two. Let's see how the Stingrays can put together this game 3. Chiquita from Ruiz.
40 low.
That's so clean from Ruiz.
15 all.
He didn't even play one lob shot. He was only doing it from the baseline, flat shots. After that, a Chiquita. Great stuff. You have to learn to play this way whenever you have these conditions. When it's so hot and so fast. You have to refuse to play the lob
San
shots.
Diego Stingrays leads 2-1.
Good volley now to the corner from
30-15.
Lamperti to make it 30-15.
Losing his footing. Oof.
40-15.
We call that ice skates.
But good move from Sanchez. Squeezing the ball to the corner. Nice. Again, beautiful from Ruiz.
The ability to take the pace off of that is so important. Oftentimes you would think it's counterintuitive, right? Like you want to hit through the ball, you want to add pace, but in this sport,
40-30.
taking the pace off does twice as much damage.
Sometimes less is more.
Oftentimes in this sport.
Time.
Big smash from Maxi Sanchez to finish the
Game,
job,
San
to
Diego.
hold, and to score the first game in the second set, Cam.
And
Florida,
2-1, and our
it's 2
friend
games to
Javi
1.
Carrasco actually got a chance to have some fun with Daddy Yankee. Take a look.
I am I'm really, really happy for a legend of the music. He's Daddy Yankee. Daddy, how are you, man?
I'm feeling great, having this great team and representing PPL.
Yeah, for sure. What's the meaning of for the paddle here in Miami, playing in this incredible place? Amazing.
Nice. The weather in Miami is so nice, so cool to play the tournament here. But also, we have 10 great teams with different states of the nation representing Pro Paddle League this year.
Have you got an obsession with the paddle?
Yeah, I do have one. And I try to play. I'm not playing that good, but at least I have fun every time that I play.
Okay, I speak in English, in Spanish. So, tú estás obsesionado con el pádel, te encanta el pádel, juegas a todas horas cuando puedes y encima estás aquí en la PPL.
Sí, me encanta el pádel, los juegos, no tan bien los juegos, pero me gusta, me divierto cuando los juego y sí, estoy representando la PPL aquí y qué bueno que tenemos 10 equipos haciendo un gran trabajo este año.
Oye, ¿y cómo está creciendo el pádel en Estados Unidos, sobre todo en Miami?
Increíble, una cosa que me asombra el impacto que está teniendo el pádel aquí en los Estados Unidos, en todos lugares, como sigue creciendo de una manera increíble.
Thank you so much, Daddy Yankee.
Gracias a ti.
Gracias, Daddy.
Gracias, familia. Gracias.
Enjoy. See you there.
Love for it.
Everybody loving the Pro Paddle League. It's such fun to have Daddy Yankee here on site. You can imagine these Florida Goats keep on winning. He might stick around a little while longer.
And they have a big team. We mentioned before the two names that are not coming to this tournament, but they are part of the roster, Dineno and Stupa, and they have also
50-40.
Gemma Triay. Players like Aranza Osoro, it's insane. The roster they have, it's really, really good.
So it's insane to think about them being able to still pick up wins and especially compete even when you're not necessarily having some big pieces to, we'll say, the top of your roster.
Exactly. That's very important for them, especially because you need some points. You need to score points in these few tournaments to get into the finals at the end of the season in New York. By the way, I'm going to let you know the points that you get in this tournament. If you're the champion, you get 1,000 points. The runner-up will get 850 points. Third place 600 points. Fourth place 450 points. Fifth place 350. And we'll go with the other ones later on. But yes, it's very important to get a good position here in order to qualify for the finals in New York at the end of the season.
So the top 8 will move on after the first 4 events to the PPA, or excuse me, PPL Cup final.
3-1.
Sanchez has it.
And avoided the net.
Another risky situation for the Goats. 15-30. Lima lets it go. Plays the bajada. Lamperti, the smash por tres. Ruiz was there, but Sanchez too. Ruiz was there, but Sanchez too to finish the point with class to make it 15-40 and to get 3 break points.
From one recovery to another.
15-0.
That was a beauty. Lima down the line, he goes to the net now, but it's wide. The Stingrays back at it. 2 games apiece.
Game San Diego, 2 games all.
And Cam, I have a question for you. After the San Diego Flowrider Goats, what's up next?
We've got the Toronto Polar Bears coming up next, playing against the home team, Miami Paddle Club. They're actually just on the left side of your screen there, off the court.
And I see Agus Tapia. He's here.
#1 player in the world.
He is a different kind of human being, believe me. When he steps in the court, he's a monster, a magician.
Right now, he's currently getting bombarded for photos. And
yes,
he's probably taking as many photos as Daddy Yankee is.
Probably. What a save now from Ruiz. And in my opinion, Cam, that's going to be the best match of the day. We're going to have Tapia and John Sanz, two class players, facing probably Coqui Nieto and Barahona from the Toronto Polar Bears. So I think it's going to be massive. And we have some news from the other court, Cam.
1-3 is currently the second set score, and it's the reverse with San Diego with the lead, as you see them on the right side of your screen. Again, the Florida Goats ended up with the win 6-4 in the first set. However, now trail 1-3.
Flat smash from Sanchez. Lima was there to save it. Oh, what a pickup from Sanchez. Gives the chance to Lamperti to finish the business. That's teamwork.
Beautiful partnership between those two. Gives Lamperti a little bit of a shoulder push as well. Says, way to go, partner. However, I think this point all belongs to Sanchez.
15-0. And 30-15 now.
And
Get
I like
one
it.
if you can.
Love it. Lamperti now looking to his partner, pointing to him, saying, that's all you.
He's a showman, for sure. Show is guaranteed when it comes to Miguel Lamperti. Beautiful block now from Lamperti.
Little two-handed block, too.
Lima has to go back. Back will boost from Sanchez. He stays in the baseline. Now Lima pushed back.
Ruiz trying to get there. There's just too much height. Again, the Stingrays.
Lamperti once again punishing a short lob shot to make it 40-15. And after being
4 games to 1.
love 2 down, they have the chance to make it 3-2.
A kind bounce for the Goats. But not a kind overhead. Maxi Sanchez.
The bien loco bien from Lamperti to Sanchez. Good ball, teammate. 3-2 up for the Stingrays. They're getting closer.
Así que se vaya la concha de su hermana, el globo. Tiráselo largo, Si no podemos...
Está pasando, sí, está pasando mucha bola ahí. Lo único bueno que no está. Vale, vale. Floja.
Entonces no nos pueden atacar.
Pero si recuperamos, no perdemos.
Claro. Ah, ya.
Sí se puede, perfecto, pero estamos jugando muy bien. Muy bien. Seguimos ahí. Es el primer juego que le engancho la mano al viento de ese lado. Es como más rapidito. Y me acuerdo que me dijiste vos del medio. Lo tiro rápido por el medio. Como Pablo, más moverse. Ha visto que se pone
Time.
con el viento le va a ayudar. Pero escucha, empezamos de este lado y pinchaba el globo, se tira el globo, y de aquel lado no es pinchado, es para adelante.
Claro.
Es bajito.
Es bajito.
Están tocando un poco, ¿sabes? Sí. Nosotros tenemos que tirar, yo creo que el globo ahora en este sitio, sí, medio rapidito. Sí, para que corra un poco, ¿sabes? Porque creo que Miguel ahí, aunque si va rapidito, creo que no va a poder meterle bien para abajo, ¿sabes? Sí, vamos.
Y correr a las de la red que se llega,
Sí, ahí que llegaba ahí.
Se llega, pero hay que correr y llegar. Porque para mí están eso, llegar en esas, en un
Time.
Es esto y esto. O sea, que ahí quedamos un daño.
Dale.
Venga.
15 love.
The first event of the PPL season is right here at the Ultra Club in Miami. So much excitement around this first event. The second, just a week away, but we still have 6 days to go, including this the round robin format.
15 all.
Wow. That's high from Miguel Lamperti.
They did a really nice job getting back on top here in this second set.
Love 15.
3-2.
Yes, he did. Love 15. They want to get another break.
40 love.
Just in from Maxi Sanchez. What a nice víbora from Miguel Lamperti.
Love
San
30.
Diego leads.
Love
4 games to 2.
30. In the first set, probably he was the MVP. Now he's showing up again in this moment.
With shots like that, too. Saw a lot of that the first set. He almost turned into
15,
Rubio.
30.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing. Rubio style.
15 love.
We saw probably the save of the day from Rubio.
By the way, you were talking to Salo Rubio after the match about his injury. He's okay.
He is okay, yes. I got a chance to, or we both did actually, make sure he's doing all right. He said, yeah, got to stick with it because we've got another match to play from the Arkansas Matrix. Picked up a very big win over Cancun this morning.
That's a big hit
30
from
love.
Ruiz. And what it was a love 30, now it's a 30 all. Good news for the Goats, but clutch point ahead of us. Beautiful duel in the net. 4 players were there. Wow. Nothing to do with that one. 40-30.
30.
Ruiz all over it.
30-15.
Another one. Stays in. Lamperti using the sidewall and going to the right side of the court.
Oh, just missing. It seems as if when the ball hits the fence, it actually deadens.
Yes, and it
The
can
ball.
go
3
anywhere. It
games
can go
all.
up, it can go down.
40-15.
The ideal smash has to hit the upper part of the glass wall. So it jumps. When you hit the fence, you never know what's going to happen. You can be lucky and maybe it's going to go up, but maybe it's going to go towards your opponent's direction.
So where's the ample place for the ball to bounce before hitting the glass if you're trying to get it to come back over the top of the net off the glass?
You mean and the floor and the
Yes.
ground around, you know, the union between the two lines?
Okay.
That would be a good place to bounce. Or maybe a couple foot before that.
Look back to the women's court. Excuse me, grandstand court where the women's match is taking place.
Lamperti with another hard smash. Working for his teammate Maxi Sanchez, who's finishing the job. Sending the ball por
Team love.
4. Making it 15 love. Long lob shot from Ruiz. 30 love for the Stingrays.
30 love.
Swimming in the ocean. Chasing the goats.
The Atlantic Ocean at this point.
Yep.
Thank
I
you.
think they're used to being in the Pacific.
The goats are not meant to be for the oceans.
Stingrays leads 4 games to 3.
Another smash from Miguelito.
40 love.
40 love. Cruising right now. San Diego's cruising. 40 love. The block from Sanchez. Long point now.
Love the crossing pattern from the Stingrays.
And it ends when Maxi Sanchez wants it. Game for the Stingrays, 4-3 up in the second set.
Porque yo sabía que
Sí, boludo, sí.
¿Y si se iba?
Me chupaba un
Me
huevo,
chupaba un
boludo.
huevo, claro.
Pero mira,
¿Por
en vez
qué?
de tocar
Porque
para adelante, toqué
Víctor
así
iba a
suave.
tener, sí, presión de pegarle a
Porque
la
muy
bola.
suave, boludo.
Claro.
Pero porque por eso, por no arriesgar, boludo.
No pasa
por
nada.
tocar más.
Eh,
Se tiene que ir ahí ese globo. Ahora si
Sí.
tenemos otro, que
sí,
se vaya.
es mejor que se vaya. Y más con una ventaja de esa, porque los flacos están con el culo entre las manos. Con 0.30 no le iban a pegar. En cambio, al tirarle el corto, ¿viste?
Amagó, sí.
¿Sabés lo que se levanta y mejor?
Sí, sí.
Por el medio y luego
A
Pablito.
Pablito, sí.
Luego Pablito así. tac,
No llega Pablo.
No llega, no llega.
Baje.
Y después si podés le cerrás el medio y si no
Estamos.
recuperas.
Sí, sí, sí.
Pero perfecto.
Bien,
Y
chicos,
yo me voy para adelante, ¿eh? Vamos.
ahí va. No perdemos la red. Ahí vamos, va. Venga.
Cuidado, ¿eh? Lo quito, acá quiero, ¿eh? Lo quito, quiero este, ¿eh?
Sí.
¿Vale?
Vamos.
¿Eh? No, no, ahí me le tiré todo el hielo, gracias. Loco, este quiero.
Sí, vamos.
Jugaste un espectáculo delante, yo puedo ver acá.
Te doy un
Sí,
palito.
sí, 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 sí. Y lo vamos a buscar.
Un poquito más de intensidad, de decisión y de competencia. No, estoy agarrado. Ahora mejoré un poco el resto, ya estoy restando más aquí. Vale, vamos a ver. Vamos, ¿vale? Vamos a apretar más.
Stingrays 4-3 up
Thank you. Players ready.
in the second set.
Four, 3 up and having taken the first.
Ruiz has to go back now. Important moment of the match. Miguel, Rulo. And now Lima working from the baseline. And Sanchez again.
Love 15.
The usual business for the Shark.
40-15.
Time for the Flowrider Goats. Make a move.
They have to.
Running out of time at this point.
They cannot afford a break now. The por tres by Pablo Lima, the cannon from Porto Alegre. 15-0.
40-30.
Cam moving more than Miguel Lamperti.
I'm just trying to find a bit of shade. Our fans doing a really nice job too, staying nice and cool and dry in our VIP section.
30-15 for the Goats.
Gosh, you do not want to get in the way of that ball.
But it's a glass finder.
Got the point.
30-all. This point is very important. The Stingrays could get a couple break points. Wow. Oh, he stayed in.
Hits the fence. And so does that one. Ruiz comes away with it.
Unlucky for Sanchez. I thought it was going out. Point goes for the Goats, 40-30. Classy touch there by Ruiz, going to the fence. And now Pablo Lima, with a lot of experience finishing the job. 4 game apiece in this second set. Going to be the turn for the Stingrays to serve again.
Stingrays leads 5 games to 3.
They escaped a very risky situation. After that, we said it, we are going to have 2 number 1s in action. Miami Padel Club
15
playing against Toronto Polar Bears. What a matchup. Good ball there from Maxi Sanchez, pushing a lot with his volleys. And we have some news from the other court, Cam.
Currently, they are about to find the second set, the opposite direction in set number 2, as Florida took the first, but it is now 5-3 in the second, with San Diego in the lead.
Let's see what happens there. We can have a tie break.
And in terms of a tie break, we do a third set tie break in terms of a 10-point tie break.
In the main court, San Diego leads 5 games to 4. They're only 1 game away of securing the first match in this series. We will be staying with you, watching this second set finish.
Here's a full glance now to the grandstand coverage. San Diego on the far side. See a little bit of the wind causing some issues for our camera.
Lucia Sainz is serving right now. Aranza Sor is going to take the return. Aranza playing with Mapi Sanchez Arayeto, another legend. Block now from Mapi. The angle from Osorio. Now Sainz in defense. Great ball by Lucia, but goes long.
And again, San Diego with the lead, 5-3 here, so looking to close out.
And the Goats won the first set, right?
Correct, 6-4.
So a chance to force a super tiebreak. There they go, set for San Diego. So in the second court, we will have a super tiebreak to decide the winner. In the main one, still the Stingrays up 5 games to 4. The Goats serving to extend the match.
Our first match of the day was over 3 hours long. Right now, this is looking a little dicey with our women's match extending further. Means they're going to be fighting for that much longer. See how this men's shapes up.
Short lob shot from Ruiz. That one's for you, Cam. Little present.
I was going to say, hard to find.
And watch out, because the Stingrays are going for the win. Love 15. They only need 3 more points.
And a lovely net ball for Sanchez.
Lucky. That was so lucky from Sanchez. Those are the ones, Cam, that I say, you say sorry, but deep inside you're like, yes, yes, thank you. Especially in this moment, love 30, love 40, Cam, we have 4 match points for the San Diego Stingrays, for Miguel Lamperti and Maxi Sanchez.
Second serve, ball out of bounds.
And they do it now. The lob shot from Miguel Lamperti. They go to the net now. Lamperti, the smash, sends it out of the court. Ruiz takes it, but Sanchez touched the net. Ooh.
I think there could have been a chance to add a little extra something, but he lost his balance.
That was
himself
close.
in the net.
Smash por 3.
Gosh, from
and
over
yes,
the top
he
of
touched
his
the
head.
net on his right foot. Second match point for the Stingrays. There goes Sanchez, there goes the Shark, there goes the Shark to finish the match. Game, set, and match for San Diego. 6-3 and 6-4. Lamperti and Sanchez give their team the first point of the series.
Love the combinations of shots there from Sanchez to close out the match. 3 straight contacts and ultimately picking up that last and final point. But these 2 legends on the court and showing why experience pays off.
MVP, Cam?
Lamperti.
I'm with you. I think Lamperti was the man of the match. But I gotta say that Sanchez also played a good second set. It was on point.
Yeah, there's no doubt something to be said about understanding what your setup role is. He played phenomenal defense, great on the chase.
And also the challenge of playing on the other side of the court. He's a backhand player, and he went to the other side, to the right side position.
Do we just decide to switch them? Is it Sanchez then?
He has to. I mean, if he's going to play like this.
All right, well, let's send it down to Javi with our winners.
Welcome back. Great victory for San Diego Stingrays. Congratulations, Maxi Lamperti. Well, was a really good game for you, especially with your smash. It was incredible, Miguelito.
Thank you very much. Good morning for all. Voy a hablar español. Creo que era un partido muy difícil jugar contra Pablito, que fue un rival de toda la vida, un fenómeno. Víctor, no creo que jugamos con el Tiburón, nos acoplamos en 2 días. Una vez habíamos jugado, creo que jugó un nivelazo. Creo que jugamos muy bien en equipo y pudimos sacar un punto muy importante para los Stingrays, para el equipo. Así que muy contento ahora ir a alentar a las chicas que están en otro partidazo y bueno, ojalá que podamos conseguir la victoria. Muy feliz y felicitaciones a Maxi.
He's also happy for the victory against Pablo Lima. It's so special for him play with Maxi, the Tiburón, the Shark. Maxi Sanchez, it's special for you play here in Miami, Maxi?
La verdad que sí, encantados de estar en Miami, primer año en PPL. Creo que es un evento espectacular para todo el mundo del pádel. Nos va a ayudar muchísimo a llevar al pádel a lo más alto posible. Hoy para mí era un grandísimo premio jugar al lado de Miguel contra Pablo. que fue un grandísimo jugador. Bueno, ahora ya está retirado, pero es un grandísimo jugador. Víctor también, así que disfrutando de este momento, de este torneo, de mis viejos.
Tus padres, your fathers.
Yes. Mi padre Raúl y Graciela, my mother. Así que muy contento y bueno, a seguir con este equipo que es un equipazo, Stingrays. Así que nada, felices de estar por acá.
Thank you. He's so excited because their fathers are here. Thank you very much, Maxi, Miguelito Lamperti. See you there. Can't wait to say the next match.
Stingrays leads.
Seems as if